Welcome to the Financial Pro Podcast.
I think mortgage brokers should be charging a fee in every single circumstance with the COVID and Corona and the world that we are currently in when it comes to mortgages. Now, I want to caveat that in the sense of newbies. If you're relatively new to the industry, you haven't been giving advice for that long, then it's acceptable to not charge a fee to your client because you're still learning your craft. You know, your hourly rate will be less. But in the world of mortgages that we are currently in, you know, with the likes of furlough, with self-employed people having been out of work for months, with the delays that solicitors and lenders are under, with the stresses that are being added thanks to the stamp duty. If you're not charging a fee, have you actually recalculated the number of hours it's taking for you to process a mortgage application from first conversation through to completion? Because I'm speaking to my team consistently, and the amount of work that now has to go in to get somebody researched, to get somebody credit checked, to get an application processed through to completion. Everything is, in some instances, doubled, if not tripled. And yes, there's dependencies on, are you working with self-employed people? Are you working with complex incomes? Are you working with investment strategies, you know, where things are much, much more complex? Or are you just working in vanilla? But even the vanilla is taking much longer to go through. Now, I'm a massive fan of charging a fee, and I get why some don't do it. And I believe it's actually mostly down to fear of loss, fear of losing recommendations, fear of losing referrals. But if you've been in the industry, you know, for realistically more than a couple of years, you are more than qualified to be charging a fee. You're more than qualified to be saying, I'm going to charge for my service. The proc fee that I get from the mortgage lender enables me to charge you less. We are a professional industry. You know, even my pension advisor works on £150 an hour fee as a strict. And I'm not one who really works on a per hour cost. But you have to think about your hourly rate in the consideration of the fee you're going to charge. If you're going to do a £100,000 mortgage, that can often cause you more aggravation for 350, 400 quid than it can cost you actually doing £1 million mortgage. So you might get more referrals by not charging a fee, but the thing is, you won't. We've been charging a fee since 2016 when I got back to mortgages. It initially started at $497. It slowly increased to $600, $700, $800, $900. I even tried £1,500 at one point on application with the complexities of the deals that I was working on, but it didn't work. But when I split it and went to £1,000 on application and £500 on offer, clients were more receptive to that. The amount of fee that you charge is dependent on the value that you can bring. It also enables you to have more time to focus on your clients. It enables you to not worry so much about the stresses of building your business and the lead generation. Because if you're not charging a fee and you're still new relatively to the job, the difficulty is you're going to have to wait 3 to 6 months before you get consistency in the income that you are going to be earning. Because everything's taking that long in order to be able to complete. The insurance doesn't go on risk until that point. The mortgage doesn't complete until that point. Whereas when you charge a fee to your client, you get that up front. It enables you to focus on your cash flow better. It relieves the stress, the worry, the anxiety of processing the business, and it potentially all falling out of bed. You're doing loads of hard work and evaluation coming back incorrect, or something turning up in the credit report that the lender's found, or something cropping up in a previous life of their self-employment that the lender's not happy to proceed with, and you've put hours worth of work in it to get nothing. You have to start valuing yourself. And I believe this industry, the mortgage industry, needs to start valuing the hours of work that is going into the advice that's being given. If you go to a bank, they don't charge a fee because you're getting advice from one bank, from one set of interest rates, from one rate card, from one potential criteria. When you go to a broker or an advisor who's an independent or part of an estate agency, they're paying for the advice, the time saving, having to run up and down the high street to get all the different lenders' options. That alone is worth a fee. That element of time saving, plus you then have to factor in the compliance and everything else. Now, I know that some of you watching this are going to be thinking, well, yeah, but I can get the insurance and I can get the GI and I can refer out to the pension advisor. Doesn't matter. That's where your profit center is. You need to be making at least, bare minimum on the mortgage and the broker fee to cover the time invested. And then your profit comes from the insurances. And 60% of your income will come from insurance when it's sold effectively and correctly. Mortgage is just transactional. Everybody wants a mortgage. Everybody needs a mortgage. Well, they probably don't want it, to be fair. But with protection, with insurance, everybody needs it, but nobody realistically wants a piece of paper telling them that they're going to get money if they die or if they get ill. And that's where it has to be sold. And that's where it becomes about relationships, not transactions. It's about who are you? Where are you now? How can I best support you and serve you? How can I coach and mentor you through this process of buying your first home, buying your investment property, increasing your portfolio? How can we make sure that for me alone or you, that you're putting enough food on your table by charging your client the relative fee that you need to be charging? It's ironic that, on a £100,000 mortgage, you're going to get 350, 400 quid. And on a £1 million mortgage, you're going to get 3.5 to 4 grand. And yet it's the one who's getting the £1 million mortgage who can probably afford to pay you more for your service. But it's also the ones who have the bigger mortgages that value the service more than the ones who are at 100,000. You need to be making sure that you're covering your own lifestyle, your own circumstances. You're putting food on your own table. And you're making sure that the value you bring to your client, not just in the advice that you give, the time saving that you offer, the support in building your business, but also their commitment to you and you alone as a broker. It's also about maintaining that long-standing relationship. And if you're working for 20 quid an hour as a qualified individual, having done 30 hours of CPD every year as per the regulator, having justified absolutely everything in terms of the advice that you're giving from a range of lenders, then having to document it, then having to cover it, then having to pay the admin, then having to pay the PA, then having to support it through. Everything, as I said right at the very beginning, is taking much, much longer. A fee is a commitment from a client. People don't mind paying for your service. The industry has changed. The world has changed. People are more receptive and accepting the fact that they have to pay for services. I don't go and see my chiropractor or my osteopath or my physiotherapist or someone along those lines who provides a service without having paid them for the hour. My accountant charges me for my bookkeeping. He charges me for my accounts. He charges me for my personal accounts. He doesn't say, oh Gary, because you're doing your limited company accounts, I'll give you and your wife your personal accounts for free. No, because there's still time involved in the way in which there's time involved researching the right insurance provider, submitting that application to the insurance company. 50% of it is going to refer, and therefore 50% of it is going to need the doctor chasing, the medical consent form signed. Then you have to do your demands and needs letters. We need to start valuing ourselves in this mortgage industry as much as other industries value themselves. That's how you get taken seriously. That's how you can support more people. That's how we can help this industry to improve by the value that we bring, the education that we put out through content marketing as well, raising customers' awareness, helping millennials, because that's a huge market that's out right now, that's coming up and growing as the baby boomers are disappearing and the millennials are coming through. They value your vision, mission and values. They value the story behind your brand. And if they buy into you as the differentiator, they know that they're your ideal customer. They're going to be willing to pay for your service, for the experience, for the expertise, and for everything in terms of what you can offer to them, not just now, but also ongoing in the future. So that's my 2 pence worth on charging mortgage broker fees. I think you need to reassess your business 2019 and the hours that you invested into processing a full mortgage application compared to 2020, compared to 2021. And I believe that you should be charging some sort of fee on every single mortgage application that you do. And my final point is the treating customers fairly point. If you're going to treat a customer fairly, then you should be charging the same fee to someone getting a £100,000 mortgage to someone charging or getting £1 million mortgage. That's how you treat your customers fairly, by keep treating them on level playing fields. Now you need to average out over the course of a year. Look at how many mortgages you're processing, look at the value of those mortgages, look at the amount that you're earning, and then work out your fee structure based on the hours of time that you are investing as an average. That's how you can make it fair to all. And if people don't want to work with you because you charge a fee, that's okay. When you set your stall out and say, I am charging a fee and I value myself, when you go into conversations with the level of confidence, with the level of compassion and caring and commitment to being the best possible advisor and broker out there, then your clients are going to value that too. And they will see that passion, that energy, that drive coming through in every conversation. You'll be able to invest into your PA and your support much quicker, which will enable you to increase your capacity and give a better level of service. So thanks very much indeed for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this one. I know this is going to be a polarizing piece of content because it's one of those that everybody has a differing opinion. I do believe that you should follow what you feel is right for your business, because at the end of the day, it is your business. But I also feel that the mortgage industry has massively changed from when I joined it in 2003. The credit crunch had a significant impact on the world of mortgages in 2008, 2009. COVID and Corona has had a huge impact on the mortgage industry in 2020 and 2021. And the only way it can change is if we club together and we all change. And we all stand for value, and we all stand for service, and we all stand for making sure that we are elite and that people value us in this transaction and in this process, and the advice that we give and the time saving that we offer. So I'm happy for you to continue the conversation in the comments. Reach out to me on whatever social media channel you feel fit to provide your inspiration, your education, your motivation, or your challenging view. I'm always open to other people's opinions. There is no one way. I'm always learning, and I'm always looking to improve, and I'm always trying to bring you as much value as possible. But I'm passionate about this industry. I believe you are too, and we all need to stand to see what's going to be the benefit for us all in the future. Have a fantastic day. Remember, now's the time to become pro.